Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Wrestling. I am your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man with the master plan, ACDC full effect, Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing not too bad yourself.
Not bad, not bad. Change of scenery, I see. How's that
Yes,
going?
just went to the front room. I got some new stuff I'm putting up in my sports room. So
Sweet, can't wait to see it. Can't wait to
yeah,
see
should be
it.
nice.
Any hints, or are you just gonna let us find out?
Yeah, boxing stuff, some basketball stuff. Mix and match with random stuff.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, before we get into the wrestling, congratulations, Oilers making it again to the Stanley Cup final. This is 2 years in a row, going up to the Florida Panthers, who are now in it now for 3 years in a row.
Oh,
First team
that's
to do it in
incredible.
a
What a
while.
run! What a run!
I know you're an Oilers fan, but not thinking with your heart, but with your head. How does this play out?
Well, it's gonna be a tough series because they got Brad Marchand, who's money in the playoffs. He's a little pest. He's a guy you want on your team, but a guy you don't want to play against, and he knows how to win. And they got Kachuk. They got some big, strong boys. But in saying that, it's McDavid's time. You can just see the Oilers are a better team than they were last year. I'm going to say Oilers in six, but it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not a slam dunk. Florida is the real deal.
My only
Skinner's
concern
been
is,
playing good since that first game. The only reason he's in that is because Pickard got hurt. He won't be available for the playoffs. We don't have Zach Hyman, who's one of our best goal scorers, but we have enough talent. We got to win it now. I think the team will rally for McDavid, and they'll find a way to pull it off. But it's
yeah,
going to be a lot of fun.
obviously, I'm not an Oilers fan, as you can tell in the background here. But we've talked about this, and I figure of all the Canadian teams, it's one I can get behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So go Oilers. Let's see what we can do here. Bring that thing back to Canada. It's been, oh my
32
goodness.
years,
Yeah, Montreal was the last team to do it in
93.
'93. Yeah, so let's see what they can do. Good luck to both teams, obviously.
Be a great series.
It should be fun, man. That starts tomorrow. And then you
Yeah.
got the Pacers and Oklahoma Thunder, formerly known as the Seattle Supersonics. I mean, it seems like a regional final to me.
So this is going to get a low rating because they don't have a big market team there. There's no Knicks, there's no Boston, so it's going to get a low rating. It's funny. The three best players in the NBA, none of them are from America. Jokic, he's from Serbia. Giannis is from Greece. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the star on Oklahoma City, he's from Canada. So it's a lot of Europeans are dominating and Canadians are
Sorry,
dominating the
who's the
NBA
guy
now.
from Greece?
Giannis Antetokounmpo from Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, okay, okay. But he's not in the finals.
No, that's what I'm saying. So the three best players in the
Oh,
league are
gotcha.
not American anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, brother man. You know what? That's that. We've covered the rest of the sports history. Cubs are doing great. Can't complain. Everything is
Mm.
everything. Yankees are on top. So hey, both our teams are doing what they're supposed to be doing for us
And
right
Juan
now.
Soto's batting 234 and he's out of shape. I think he'll turn it around because he's such a good hitter, but for what he's being paid, he's not delivering for the Mets. I think he will get a goal. Though. He's that good, but so far 234 is not very good for what you're getting paid.
Yeah. No, you can't do that. But I guess we're getting into the dog days of baseball now, right? So let's
Mm-hmm.
see what happens here. All right, brother man. We got Money in the Bank this weekend. We also have Triple A's Collision. We're not going to talk about it too much. I'll just mention that there's a lot of crossover in that show with Chad Gable now involved in there. You have Stephanie Vaquer, who just recently was brought up to the main roster. She's fighting on that as well.
I'm with McMahon on this. I don't like the crossover, and I'll tell you guys why. I think it cheapens the product. I'll tell you why. WWE is the NFL. They're the NHL, right? We all know that. You're not going to see Josh Allen go play a game in the CFL. This is not going to happen, right? Better talent, better caliber. You're not going to risk injury. So why are we doing this crossover stuff? To me, it cheapens WWE. You're basically saying, well, you're not the top promotion anymore because your guys are as good as our guys. So it lessens the product, it weakens it. I don't think they should be crossing it over. WWE is the marquee. You need to earn to get there. I don't think crossing over is a good idea at all.
Well, I don't think anyone's crossing over from AAA into WWE. It's the
No,
other
but
way
I mean,
around.
but if you're gonna put, doesn't matter if you're gonna put a Grande or whoever you want to call them, Carlito, anybody on that AAA show, and they're from WWE, that's saying that your talent is on our talent's level. Not happening in NFL and CFL, NFL, CFL. Now we're saying WWE and AAA at the same caliber of talent because we're going to crossover. Don't like it.
Well, fair enough, but I think it also helps that it's owned by the same company, so they can do it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be seeing it happening, right?
No, they can do whatever they want, but this is more of TKO stuff. It's just hurting the product by doing things like this.
Well, TKO is all about the money, my friend, and we've seen this since the beginning. They're just looking to build and build and build, and not really looking at what they're building. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Mm.
like building a bridge by taking all the shortcuts and trying to make as much money off of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing, right? I mean, this is the state of wrestling now. It doesn't matter what promotion you're with, they're all doing it. I mean, and at the end of the day, if the WWE is willing to shine some light on you, why wouldn't you take it? I say,
Yeah, I don't blame the other promotions, but if you're WWE, you're the marquee. You don't
yeah,
stoop to their level.
yeah. No, for sure. All right, brother man, why don't we just get right into it?
Yeah.
Money in the Bank. I want to talk about this tag team. You know what? Let's talk about this first. R-Truth getting released. Now, here's the deal. Three people got released this week. Okay, we got Carlito, we got Sarah Logan, who's with the Viking Raiders, Antlers, and we had R-Truth. Now, we've seen a lot of releases happen over the years. We've seen a lot of releases happen over our times as wrestling fans. I don't think one release has ever been met with so much scrutiny and so much distaste and displeasure than we did with R-Truth. Not even Bray Wyatt when he got released. This is insane, the reaction they're getting to this release. Your thoughts on it, man? I think it was utterly stupid on their part, considering you got Apollo Crews sitting in catering all the time. They're not even using the guy. And if they're basing all their releases right now on these type of releases or on talent that's not being utilized, I can understand Carlito. I can understand Sarah Logan, but R-Truth,
Well, there's a whole bunch of things at play here. Number one, there's no leadership. There is no leadership there. There's no, yes, Ari and Mark are the boss. There is no leadership. There's nobody backstage or in the offices that anybody fears anymore. Okay. This is dad's gone. The cool brother, the goofy brother, Triple H is in charge of the house, and we're all gonna party and do what we want. There's number one. Number two, Carlito. R-Truth has been there for 17 years. Okay, he's a funny talent. We didn't see him all the time. He's a part timer, I guess. Maybe he's on the house shows before, but he wasn't always on Raw and SmackDown. We didn't see him that much. They gave him his swan song against John Cena. We always said that match didn't make any sense. Now we know why he got that match, because they were going to release him. If they weren't going to release him, he never would have had that match. He's funny. I know he's well liked. He's a great guy, but he's 55 years old. After 17 years, you kind of wore out your welcome. It kind of gets tiring. It's like the Paul Heyman thing. I love R-Truth myself. Um, People are hating on Triple H, but at the end of the day, he can recommend what he wants. He doesn't make the final decision. The big bosses sign up. If they told Triple H, no, you're keeping him, he's got no choice. And then Triple H put that tweet out about Triple H. So we didn't really read the room right, but Triple H never reads the room right. I'm not all upset about like other people are. They're so outraged. The guy's 55 years old. He's been there for 17 years. If Vince was still there, like Mark Henry said, guess what? R-Truth would never be released. Vince is not here anymore. All you fanboys on X and Instagram and Facebook that are bashing Triple H and bashing DK. I told you guys this 2 years ago. They do not know what they're doing. Watch the show. You can tell the creative is bad. The promos are bad. The commentating is so many flubs. So I'm not surprised that it's something so boneheaded like this. But I'm not all upset about it. The guy's made a ton of money. He's a multi-millionaire. He's 55 years old. Let's stop feeling bad for the guy. It sucks that he's gone. I love the guy. He's entertaining. He's had a great career. I'll let him go somewhere else. And the people are really bent out of shape about it. Like they're hashtagging We Want Truth. They're saying Triple H knows. You get it? NOSE. Doesn't knows what he's doing. And they're just dogging on the guy. At the end of the day, he recommends what he wants, but he's not the boss. So
yeah, no, 100%. And I'm not too upset about the release either.
No,
but keep in mind that Truth was injured for almost a year. Before coming back here. So that's why we hadn't seen him for a little bit. 6-7 months he was out at least, right? With an injury. So that's why we didn't see him. I think I'm just taken back by how much the reaction is to it, more so than the actual release itself. People get released all the time. And like you said, I mean, this is the guy who actually ran with Tupac, right? So, I don't think he's hurting for money. Yeah, he's 55, but here's the one thing. We talk about how broken CM Punk looks, how broken this guy looks. Truth could still go though, man. That's
he could still go. He doesn't wrestle that often, right? But yeah, he could still go.
He could still go, and to think still to pull off what he's doing at 55.
The mistake that they made, and this is Triple H. Like he's a Hall. I'm not saying he's not an amazing wrestler. Triple H is a top, 15 wrestler of all time. Nobody's disputing that. Backstage, creatively, he's not a creative guy. So the mistake he did was don't give R-Truth that Saturday night main event spot. If you're going to release him, don't give it to him. If he wouldn't have done that, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But because he brought him back with this whole John Cena thing, got everybody fresh in their minds about how much we love R-Truth, that hurt him. He should never have done that.
Well, you know what though? I mean, I'm gonna take a little of what Bully Ray said on Busted Open Radio here. I want to share this with you. And I thought about it. I thought, you know what? This actually makes sense. If they were smart, they would have done I mean, they still have the opportunity to do it. They haven't addressed it, right? The crowd's trying to take over the show last night on Raw. We
Oh
want
yeah.
truth. We want truth. And I think I'll give credit where credit is due. WWE and the commentating team did a great job of ignoring it and going past it, right? So I got to give them respect to that, right?
Mm. The
Um,
problem is that they're not smart, so they won't do that. That's the problem.
but here's what Bully Ray said, and I completely agree with it. With the storyline of John Cena trying to kill wrestling, trying to destroy everything that we like about wrestling, wouldn't it be apropos if he came out on Friday or Saturday at Money in the Bank before the match and said, "Hey, I told you I'm the main guy here. Blah blah blah. I told you that I was going to destroy wrestling, so I got them to fire R-Truth."
It's too
That would
late
be
now. It's too
well,
late now. They
no,
had
they
it. They
still
didn't
have
have to do
time.
that on Raw. It's too late. Nobody
Well,
will buy
well,
it.
yeah, but who's going to do it on Raw,
That's exactly that's what I'm saying. The bad booking again.
right?
Logan Paul's not there. John Cena's not there to do
But
it.
it's kind of funny. It's like a Raw tag team in a way, right? You got two SmackDown guys and you got two Raw guys
Mm-hmm.
on this tag team match, right? So I mean,
The thing
Logan
is
could have come
that
out and did it.
Triple
He's a
H is a
Logan Paul guy.
yeah.
Like I'm surprised Logan wasn't out there to pump up the match.
Paul Logan had to come out and say, you know what, I hate R-Truth. I got him fired. Somebody should have said something. The crowd would have hated him even more. Here's the thing: Triple H is in way over his head. He has no idea what he's doing. Shawn Michaels has no idea what he's doing. These two guys are without Vince back there running the show, making the final decision, signing off on stuff. It's anarchy. I don't care about this. Their morale is better backstage. Sure, the product stinks. So have your morale while people are booing you and not wanting to watch it. So which is it? The thing is that they've allowed the crowd to dictate what they do. The Cody Crybabies literally change the main event. So maybe the R-Truth guys, maybe they'll get him to renegotiate with them. I don't know. Miz might be out the door too. He deleted all of his stuff. Who knows? He's playing.
Well, that's what I'm hearing as well. Like Miz is probably the next one to go. Again, this brings me back, and no disrespect to Apollo Cruz, but why do you have that guy there?
Because Apollo Cruz is 20 years younger than R-Truth.
Yeah, but he does nothing.
Maybe R-Truth rubs somebody the wrong way backstage. I know he's well loved. Maybe he pissed off management. I don't know. I don't know what's going on back there, dude. But we're starting to see the cracks in the armor.
But you see my logic, though, right? You see
I
the
get your
logic
logic.
that I'm trying to bring to the table here. It doesn't make sense that they're releasing people. Like, with all due respect to Sarah Logan and Carlito, that totally makes sense.
Carlito shouldn't have been brought back in the first place. That was a total flub.
Well, he's more of the comedy guy for the Judgment Day, anyways, right? So,
Yeah.
all right, man. You know what? Let's talk about it.
I love R-Truth. I'm a big fan of his. But at the end of the day, I look at this. He's 55 years old. He's been around for 17 years, guys. He's a multi-millionaire. If Vince was there, he'd still be there.
Now, I'm gonna bring this up. So last night on Raw, we had Sami Zayn come out and basically telling CM Punk, "You gotta win. You gotta win for all of us." Blah blah blah. And you know what? It reminds me of the storyline that's kind of developing over at AEW with Ospreay, Hangman, and Swerve. So we know that Hangman is now going to go on to face John Moxley in Dallas at their biggest pay-per-view of the year, their WrestleMania, All Out, and it's kind of funny because you had Hangman out there talking, and then you had Swerve come out, and they're going back and forth, and then you had Will come out. He basically on the same wavelength as Sammy was last night. The three of us have to stick together. We have to work. So it's kind of interesting how these two storylines are kind of the same in a way.
Mm-hmm. Similar. I don't like Sami Zayn. I don't like that segment of AEW. I don't know why you need to tell another grown man you need to win. You need to win for us. Like, just let him go out there and do it. Worry about yourself. I found it kind of like Sammy's kind of like a whiny, kind of like.
Well, you know what? Once I heard that, I realized, well, he's not going to win. Once I saw that promo, it just set you up to let you know that that's not going to be the outcome, in my opinion.
I was thinking before the match, I thought for sure CM Punk was going to win. But then I thought about it after, and I'm kind of glad he didn't win because I don't think he could hang in that match. You don't want him to get hurt. You want to save him for a real big match. You don't want him to fall off a ladder or do something stupid, tweak his ankle. Like, save him for a bigger match. He's too old and broken.
Yeah, the guys that are in this match are pretty hard.
Yeah, they can all go, right? Yeah,
they can all go, so it totally makes sense. All right, why don't we break it down then, brother man? Men's Money in the Bank. We know that there's 4 matches for sure. We don't know if anything's going to be added on SmackDown, but we'll just break down what we have. Yeah. So we both Money in the Banks are set up. So Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Penta, Solo Sikoa, Andrade, and El Grande Americano, which is a surprise to me. But I guess him and Penta can get, involved and do some stuff like that. How do you see this playing out, man?
All the guys you just listed, which one of them are main eventers? I don't think any of them should have money in the bank. You want to give the money in the bank to Penta, or you want to give the money in the bank to El Grande? Like, I don't like how they booked this match. I don't think these guys can all go, but looking so Solo Sequoia, you don't want him in a main event. LA Knight's not getting a main event. Penta, no. Andrade, come on, he's a mid Carter. So it's just too obvious who's going to win this match. Seth freaking Rollins, right?
Well, I mean, by all accounts, it looks like Seth's match to lose. But if you want to burn things up, and there are different things you can do here. I think LA Knight's the Dark Knight, but he doesn't need it per se. I mean, we're talking about putting young guys in. Carmelo should have been in this match.
Yeah, I just don't like this will be a fun match, but I just don't think none of these guys are even serious contenders. So
yeah,
go to Seth.
You're going Seth. All right, you know what? I'm going to go Seth as well. But if there's one guy on this card, on this match that deserves to win, unfortunately he's going in as El Grande Americano, but Chad Gable would be a great guy with that briefcase.
I just don't think he's just not main event material though.
Yeah, but neither was Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, neither was Dolph Ziggler, and he won it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's just a transition. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a one-off. Solo would be interesting only for the fact of the story that's developing between them and, that whole, I don't know, whatever they're called, but, with Solo and with Jacob Fatu and Jeff Cobb now and whatnot. So that'd be an interesting thing. But I think you're right. I think Seth Rollins is the guy here with a lot of outside.
I just wish they'd throw in somebody else who's believable that could actually win this. I don't think any of these guys are believable to win it. Well, I hope I'm wrong. I hope one of these guys comes up and wins it that you'd never expect. But
yeah, well, like I said,
obviously going to be Seth.
I mean, okay, I would have put Carmelo Hayes in place of LA Knight. That's one thing I would have done. I would have probably put, Braun Breaker in here.
How is freaking Andrade a mid Carter at best? And that's being generous in this. Come on, guys.
Look, this is crazy. These are the three guys representing each promotion. From Raw, you have Seth, you have El Grande, and you have Penta. From the other side, you have Andrade, Solo, and LA Knight from SmackDown. So I don't know, man. I mean,
Seth's going to win, so we're going to see a Seth and Xena program. Obviously,
Damian could have been in here; it would have been more believable.
Somebody else. It's like all little guys with Seth and LA. Well, and it's got good size, but I'm sure it'll be a good in ring wise. It'll be fun to watch. They can all move well, but it's just like I don't know. Kind of seems almost like without taking the money in the bank, this is a SmackDown match. Most of these guys.
Look, I mean, the reality is Seth is going to win, but it's going to win with the help of Braun and Bronson Reed. That's the only way he's going to win it. I don't see him winning it cleanly if he does.
I think he's going to win it cleanly against these guys. I don't see why he wouldn't.
This is the story arc. This is the way the story's going. Seth can't do anything without these guys now. Every match that Seth's involved, these guys come out.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's just true heel form now for Seth in that way.
Yeah.
So
that for his music when he sings along with the crowd. It's like, come on, guys.
Well, I don't think anyone was singing last night. I don't recall. Okay. I
didn't pay attention to it. But yeah, I got Seth winning it.
I got Seth as well. But if you had a dark horse, who would you say?
These guys are all mid cards, man. Probably El Grande.
El Grande?
Yeah, if that's not going to pick him a long shot, yeah.
I guess we're both on that. So I got the betting odds here. You want to hear them?
Let's hear it.
So Seth is a minus 400. LA Nate's a plus 300. Penta's plus 600. Solo 12 plus 12. Andrade plus 14. And El Grande plus 14,000. 14.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the odd makers are telling you Seth's winning this baby, according to them.
Well, according to them.
But that's what they think.
Yeah. But I mean, there you go. And then again, if you really want to make the crowd happy, then you give it to Penta or LA Knight.
Not going to be LA Knight.
Just saying. Yeah. Okay, but if you look at the promotions, if you look at SmackDown on Raw, which side would be more benefited by that briefcase to have it on their show?
Oh, SmackDown. It's god awful.
So then I'm thinking maybe LA Knight.
I just don't think they liked him enough backstage to give it to him, but who knows?
Well, they put him in the match.
Yeah.
Okay, John Cena, Logan Paul, a minus 700 versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, who are sitting at a plus 400. I'm looking forward to this match. It's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm curious to see how Logan works with John Cena. I mean, now he's in there with a couple of ring generals in Cena and in Cody that know what they're doing. They're well versed in all of it. So
Mhm.
I'm really curious to see how Logan performs here. I already know what to expect from Jay and whatnot, but I'm curious to see with Logan. And I don't mean this with any disrespect to Logan Paul. I mean, but to be honest, he didn't look great on the mic last Friday. Like he delivered his lines, but it didn't feel natural. Did you see that, or is this just me?
I didn't notice that. I thought you did great.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because
Like,
listen to that crowd.
yeah,
When John Cena says Logan, and he's right. Logan Paul is better at wrestling than most of you guys. He's right. It's a fact. That really got the crowd on. And then Logan just gets the mic. He just that heat. The crowd goes. These marks hate this guy
for
with a
me.
passion. As much as they love R-Truth, they hate Logan Paul. That's
Yeah,
how good Logan Paul
I
is.
don't know.
I thought he did good.
I just thought something was missing from him that night. I don't know. Maybe I just saw it because when you have Cena
If
and
I was
Cody.
gonna put it, well, was it his best promo that he's ever done? No, but I thought it was pretty good. He got the lines in there.
Cool, cool, cool.
The thing is that Logan's a natural performer. He's the best athlete in this match, hands down. Nobody can run and jump like him.
Pick it.
These guys might be more. Like, Cody's more technical than him, but Logan's the best athlete in this match. He's going to do awesome out there. Yeah, he'll hang no problem.
Pick
If
it.
anything, he's going to make. When I watch Logan versus Jay, you realize how slow and unathletic Jay Uso is.
Oh, he's old, man. He's getting up there now.
38. Yep.
So pick it.
Oh, I said it before. Logan and John Cena win this match. You want to keep Logan hot. You want to keep people hating him. What better way than to piss off the Cody crybabies? To have
Who takes the fall?
Logan Paul pins Cody.
Wow.
That
You're
will
calling
piss
it that
people
way,
off.
huh?
The most hated guy against one of the most beloved guys. I don't think you're gonna have him pin Jay just because Jay's a champ. But I don't know how it's gonna happen. But Logan and Cody will win this. Logan and John will win this match.
All right. Well, I'm picking same as you, Cody and or sorry, Logan and Cena to win
And it's
this
gonna be a
match.
great match. All these guys
Yeah, it should be fun.
got the two jerks versus the two beloved guys. The crowd's gonna be hot for this, and I think all four of these guys will deliver.
And I've noticed with every match that Cena's in now, he's getting better and better, and he's looking better and better.
Getting his timing and his cardio up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all getting back together again for him.
And
So
we know Logan's gonna do some sort of crazy flip or splash or something. And
something,
Logan's
man.
timing is
As
getting
long as he
better.
doesn't bring out that stupid drone and actually focuses on the in ring, then we should be okay.
The way he's taking the Cody cutter and the way he's just jumping and Cody, the timing with Logan is getting so much better.
Yeah, no, that looked really good too. When Logan jumped over straight into the Cody cutter, straight into the kick, they did really well. Yeah, no issues.
This is a great main event. This is how you book it. You got the two most hated guys in Logan and John Cena. You put them together against the two most beloved guys. So great booking here.
Yeah, no, should be interesting. It should be interesting. All right. Women's Intercontinental Championship match. We got Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Becky is a minus 250. Valkyria, the champion, plus 170 here. I think Becky wins it, man. I'm just going to call it straight up here. I think it just goes to Becky and she runs with it for a little while.
You're right. I don't want her to win. I find Becky very, very obnoxious, very annoying, like her husband. Yeah, I don't want her to win, but she's going to win. It's her time. She just came back. Crowd loves her. I mean, she's going to win it.
Kind of hate her right now, but yeah, I know.
Well, you know what I mean? Like they do love her overall, like John Cena, but yeah, I think she's going to take it.
All right. Yeah, no, I think so as well. I already said it. I think Becky over Lyra here. She's gonna have to work for it. I don't think it's gonna be an easy victory, but I'm looking forward to the match. I think it should be fun, man. These two do have chemistry, so we should see a pretty decent match.
I would love it. I love her. Whatever they call her, Via Roquera. They call her Velcro on mine as a joke, but I would love to see Velcro just keep the belt and make Becky work for it.
And you know what? Maybe she will. Who knows? Maybe this is the storyline where
Becky's had the belt
more and more enraged
already. Does she need another belt? No.
Well, you know what? This is setting up for. You know what? Let's throw in Miss Bailey. She's ready to go. Maybe she makes an appearance here and interferes and causes Becky to lose again because they need to set that. Like, I mean, the match is pretty much set up, but if you want to, like you say, add some sizzle to the steak. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, okay. So if you want to add some sizzle to the steak, you have Bailey come out, interfere, and cost Becky the match.
That'd be good.
Right, which will then set them up, and then that will open the door for Lyra to actually compete against the up and coming new talent that's in the main roster, for that title. So, this is a possibility. You cannot, count out that Bailey will make a return here because it is June, right? Then we got one pay-per-view in between before SummerSlam, so that's going to give you enough time to build that up nicely,
Yeah, it could be, could be.
right?
I'd like to see Valkyra keep the belt and just make Becky do something else, chase around. But we'll
You know
see.
what? I'm gonna change it. You're saying Becky. I'm gonna go Lyra.
Mm,
Lyra is gonna win with outside help from Bailey,
I hope you're right.
right? And this could potentially set up something where they even have a triple match, a triple threat match or something, next month or something where Lyra's like, I didn't need your help, blah blah blah, and I don't know. That's the booker
See,
me.
yeah, hopefully it's a good match.
Sometimes I wonder if I should be writing for these guys.
Anybody can do right. They need all the help they can get, man.
All right, women's Money in the Bank. Again, we only know four of the matches, so we figured these Money in the Banks are going to bookend everything.
We still can see some match at SmackDown, but
Well, we
probably not.
can, but I see these like I think the two Money in the Banks are going to book everything, right? So I think the girls are going to go first, and we're going to end with the men at the end,
Could be.
right? With ironically enough, I think John Cena and them are going to be at the number 2 spot, and Lyra and them are going to be at the number 3 spot with the men's as number 4.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
All right, let's see how that plays out. All right, here we go. Women's Money in the Bank: Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Stephanie Valquer. This is great. You want to talk about putting in fresh young blood and new talent? And it's kind of weird to talk about Rhea Ripley this way because she's not that old, but she's been around long enough now that she's considered a veteran. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the only oldie, if you want to call anyone an oldie in this match, would be Naomi.
Yeah.
She's the one who's been around the longest time. Naomi, they're making her a favorite here, man, at minus 280. Rhea Ripley coming in at plus 300. Roxanne coming in at a plus 700. Alexa Bliss plus 800. Julia and Stephanie rounded up at a plus 1,000. Um, this is a tough one to call, to be really honest. I mean, I don't know why Naomi is the favorite. It doesn't make sense to me per se how that would work, but then again, I guess you can write it. Um, Rhea Ripley to me would look like she would be the favorite, but how many more opportunities are you going to give her, in my opinion, right? I mean, she can challenge for that title whenever she wants. It's almost like it's overload of Rhea Ripley. As much as I love her, and I think she's one of my favorites on the female side of the ball, but I have a feeling we're looking at either one of the three, Roxanne, Julia, or Stephanie. I just can't decide.
I'm complete opposite of you on that. I'm seeing it's either Naomi or Rhea. I'd like to see Naomi win because, like you said, we always see Rhea all the time, and she's super over, so I get it. But my gut feelings telling me that Rhea's going to win it.
Rhea.
I think Rhea's going to win it. I want Naomi to win. If I'm booking, I give it to Naomi, but I'm not booking, so I think Rhea's going to take it. I don't think that it's not going to be Alexa Bliss.
Well, in my heart wants Alexa to win because she's like one of my favorites, but she hasn't been around long enough to actually have anything, tangible to work with in terms of that, right? But you know what? I think Alexa versus Stephanie would be a great match. Um, I like Julia only for the fact that her and Io would have an amazing match. Her and
Julia's not
Steph,
well. She's not over enough. She's not well known.
well, but the way they're pushing these two girls, right? I mean, the amount of time since they've been here, they've cleaned up all of NXT. Now they're up here. Stephanie's already like her first match, she qualified. She's the first double champion in NXT. She's the first South American champion in WWE for a woman. She's the first double champion in South America. So this
Yeah,
woman's
but
got
the average
accolades.
Joe doesn't know that about her. They just see her as an
I get
England
that, but
anymore, so that's why I don't think it's going to happen.
this is how you get to know them, though, right? I mean, but that being said, you know what? I'm going to go. Oh man, I'm tough here, man. My heart wants Alexa to win. Obviously, that's where my heart is. But if I have to bet on it, you know what? I'm giving it to Roxanne. I'm gonna say Roxanne wins.
I'm going to go Rhea. I want Naomi to win. I hope she wins, but I'm going to say
Yeah,
Rhea.
I'm happy if Naomi wins. I'm happy if Rhea wins, but I think Roxanne's gonna win this match.
I hope
I'm
you're
gonna
right.
go Roxanne.
Something different, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to aim here for. All right, guys. That's Money in the Bank. That's what we know. That's what we're seeing here. Starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I
Oh,
believe.
wow.
Yeah. Well, you got collision. AAA Collision or whatever that show's Worlds Collide. That's at 12 o'clock noon, which you can see on YouTube. It's not on TV or anything. You can watch it on the WWE channel on YouTube, and then the 3 o'clock start, so it can finish in time for UFC.
I don't know why. I know TKO owns both UFC and WWE. Why are they timing that? The guys that are watching Money in the Bank are not watching UFC for the most part. I mean, so I don't understand why they care if they overlap it.
Because I guess it's because they own all the entities. They don't want anything to overlap and give people enough time to go in between. Because
I know, but
they're
that's the
gonna.
thing though. That nobody watching Money in the Bank. Like Wizard is not watching Money in the Bank. We're watching UFC.
No,
Those are
I
the guys
appreciate.
watching Money in the Bank.
I get it. But I think you notice though that they heavily promote these shows on each other's platform. Like when you're watching UFC Fight Night, you have John Anik and Daniel Cormier hyping up Money in the Bank.
Yeah, no, I know, I get that.
And vice versa, right? So they're hyping each other's programs up, this and that. I don't know, man, but this is the way we are now. I mean, we live in this world where they run all their shows on the same day and they want to spread them out that way. So, what can you say?
It's funny though, man. I've been saying this for a couple of years now, but you're really starting to see the people turning on TKO and Triple H now.
Yeah,
and Ari and Mark Shapiro, they have to realize this. Triple H is in over. I don't care what Kevin Nash and all of his buddies will tell you. He's the most genius guy, and they'll tell you that's not the truth. Watch the show, listen to the promos, watch the booking, watch the storylines. He's not a genius, so he needs help. I know he's got like 10 or 12 writers in there. He needs somebody over his head. Before you book this show, Paul, whatever you guys want to call him, we're going to approve it because he needs that. He doesn't have that oversight. And you can see it in the crowd. You can see it in the shows.
Take that. I don't mean this in a bad way, but
the kids that used to love wrestling, my kid and his friends, it's boring, man. They don't even want to watch SmackDown. It's just not fun when you have like Motor City Machine Guns and what's that other team out there called now in the black short or black long pants? Acum, what are they called?
Oh, Fraxium.
Yeah, like this kind of stuff.
Well, here's the problem with SmackDown. Honestly, the problem with SmackDown is they don't want it to be 3 hours anymore. They actually want it to go back to 2 hours, but they're being held by USA, who are getting their best ratings of the night in that 3 hour slot, right? So the word backstage is they don't want to do this anymore. It was fine for the time being. They'd rather get it back. And this is a talent. This is management. This is Triple H. It's all of them saying we don't want it to be 3 hours, but they don't have a choice in the matter. They just kind of, their hands are tied in this matter. So I know what you're saying, and they even realize that third hour is not needed.
It's brutal,
right? They know that it's not needed, but they can't do nothing because their hands are tied by the station.
You know that
it's kind of like Netflix and how they're fucking doing all the stuff that they do during Raw to promote all their stuff, right? You want to talk about stuff that nobody knows about? Like who are these people in the crowd?
No, I don't even know who they are.
I feel bad for Triple H in the sense that he has to answer to Mark Shapiro, he has to answer to Ari Emanuel, then he has to answer to all the execs.
Tony Khan, or what's up?
Nick
Khan.
Right, and then he has to answer to. Well, I don't know if he's really answering to Nick Khan, but I mean, then he has to answer to all the execs at Netflix who want to get their stuff in there as well.
The whole board of TKO.
Well, so it's. I can understand the position he's in. I get.
My thing is this: he's. You could slowly see from a year ago, this guy was the most beloved guy ever. He's the smartest booker ever. So all these guys are saying. Now they're saying he's an idiot, doesn't know what he's doing. So you can slowly see it. Not right now, but eventually he will start getting booed. And that's when he needs to see what he's got and needs to run with that heel character. I wanted my old man out of here. I only married Stephanie for power. If he can do that, which we all know he did that.
Let's see if
he'll be the most hated heel of all time. If he just says what we all know, he'll be hated. But I don't think he's smart enough to read the room, man.
Well, if they start booing him, hopefully, we can build something off of that.
And you know what? He's too much on the camera. Every press conference, he's there. He opens up every WrestleMania. Now he's got his wife doing a podcast. He's giving jerseys out to Indiana Pacers. He needs to go fall back. He was at the Knicks and Pacers game the other night. Dude, you should be writing a show because your show stinks. Like he's out there too much. He needs to focus on his job. He doesn't work as hard as Vince does. You can see it.
Well, fair enough, man. But you know what? I mean, with all due respect to Vince, if he didn't do the stupid stuff he did or allegedly did, which wasn't against the law, I'm not condoning it. Not
Yeah.
saying it was right,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Oh yeah, we didn't even bring up his company, 14th and one.
well,
He
yeah,
launched official name,
no,
sports,
no,
media, entertainment. So I don't know what he's going to
he's
do with it.
coming out with something, right? I mean, but the reality of it is, man, if he didn't do that silly stuff,
Used to be the boss man. Yeah.
he'd still be there. We
Mhm.
wouldn't be having this conversation,
Yep.
right?
No, I
So, I
agree.
mean, in a lot of ways, Vince brought this shit on himself. How can he shit on something when he fucked himself over? I mean, Vince, stop taking shit on people and focus on the work.
Yeah, I think like he knew Triple H couldn't do without him, right? It's like he's okay when Vince is there. Triple H was okay at NXT. Here's the thing: Triple H plays well for that hardcore market,
Yeah,
NXT crowd. He doesn't play well for the casual fan market. And
no,
it
for
just I don't
sure.
know if he's naive or he thinks he knows better. I don't know what it is.
For sure. All right, brother man, let's wrap this puppy up. I got to get going here. You got to get going as well. We have a great show coming up Thursday. A lot of boxing to cover,
But
a
yeah,
lot of boxing to talk about. We got some great matches here. It's not a marquee weekend, but we have some great fights coming up
yeah,
here. We're going to break that all down. So let's hit the road here, brother man. We got Money in the Bank coming up this Saturday. We got Worlds Collide happening earlier in the day. UFC at night. So Saturday night with boxing and the wrestling and the
busy.
UFC. It's going to be a busy, busy weekend, man. All right. On that note, I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
In the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you, ladies and gentlemen. It's the year of 2025 and beyond. Hard work, patience, and faith, man. Those are the elements that you need to focus on to become successful. Forget the people who are whispering in your ear negatively. They don't mean well for you. They just want to see you fall so they can get ahead. Remember that. That's the truth, man. And anyone who doesn't like you, that's a blessing because you don't have to spend any time on them. Samp and Chance are out. Have a great week. We will see you on Tuesday.